you're practicing with me in the morning. This is just going to be a lovely practice to help to wake up the body and start you off on the right foot for the rest of the day. Of course, it goes without saying that this practice can also be done at any other time of the day. Perhaps you're just looking to reset and refresh the body-mind temple. And as I'm pregnant, this practice is pregnancy friendly. It's not a prenatal yoga practice, but it is a pregnancy friendly yoga practice. So you don't need anything, but I do recommend that you have something that you can sit up on to begin with. So I've got a folded blanket, so you might take a folded blanket or a folded up towel, or even a meditation cushion or a cushion from your couch, your sofa. Sitting on blocks right now might not actually be so helpful. We're going to do a little bit of movement seated, and I wouldn't want you to topple off your blocks. So come and sit up on a blanket, a towel, a cushion, and we'll sit comfortably cross-legged and just begin together, greeting the day. And I don't know about you, but I do feel like we yoga teachers can have a tendency to talk too much. And I'm sure that's not appreciated in the morning. So I'm going to try to give you some space just to wake up without me talking at you. So as you settle in your seat, you might close the eyes and just begin by bringing your attention to the sounds in your space and outside your space. And as you're ready, bringing your attention to the physical body, noticing the connection to earth, the sitting bones anchoring down into whatever you're sitting on, and the crown of the head lengthening upwards towards sky. And just taking a few moments here to greet the body this morning, and if it's not morning, whatever time of day it is, soaking the body in your attention, your awareness, infusing the body with your attention, from the crown of the head to the tips of your toes. And as you're ready, you might just notice the breath. And sometimes in the morning time, the breath can be very quiet. So you might just start to gently invite a deeper breath, a more generous breath, just filling the lungs with fresh air, helping to awaken and invigorate the body a little. Generous breath. And now that I've arrived a little more, let us gently blink the eyes open. If you like, you can stretch the legs out and change the cross of the legs. And then we'll interlace the hands in front of us, turn the palms forward, stretch the arms forward. And we're going to roll back here, so tilt the pelvis back, round through the spine, and allow the chin to drop gently towards the chest. And next in breath, we'll sit up nice and tall and find length through the side body. You might lean a little bit up and over to the right and come back to center and lean to the left and come back to center. Take a lovely deep in breath, and on the out breath we'll release and turn to the right. Left hand to right knee or thigh, and right hand or right fingertips resting on the floor or the blanket or the cushion behind you. And then we're going to release that and bring the hands to the knees or to the thighs. We're just going to create a little bit of circular movement. So we'll round back through the spine again, tilting the pelvis backwards and curling through the spine. And then we'll move the torso and the ribs over to the right, coming forward, around to the left, and back again. We're just going to do a few circles like this. And the intention today for me is to just offer you the opportunity to open up the body, open up through the body, creating a little more space in the body for you so that the energy can flow, allowing you to move off into the rest of your day with brightness and a readiness. And then we're going to just gently come back to center, find that beautiful point where the crown of the head alights above the heart, above the pelvis, and we'll switch sides, interlace the hands once again, palms reach forward, round through the spine like you're doing cat pose, chin towards chest. Inhaling, reaching up, lengthening upwards, and leaning gently to the left first this time. Back to center and to the right. And center, take an in-breath. Exhale, turning to the left. Right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you. Taking another in-breath. And as we exhale, we'll release, unwind. One more time, hands to the knees or the thighs and round back. And this time we'll travel in the other direction, going over to the left first, forward, around to the right, and back. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just circling the torso over the pelvis and the legs. Let's do one more circle. And then we'll come back to center, sit tall, head alighting at the top of the spinal column. Okay, let's shift forward onto hands and knees now, beautiful ones. So you can move your blanket out of the way, or you can use your blanket to support your knees if they're sensitive. We'll come to all fours, tabletop. Nice and square, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then we'll start to move through cat and cow. So as you inhale, we'll tilt the pelvis forward, sitting bones to sky, belly to earth, chest forward. And exhale to press the mat away with the hands and round through the spine. And just keep moving the spine like this through cat and cow at your own pace. creating these beautiful gentle undulations of the spine. Moving the wand of the spine gently with the breath. Maybe it helps to think of the wand of the spine like a piece of bamboo, strong and flexible, moving in harmony with the gentle breeze of the breath. We'll inhale one more time into the back bend, cow pose, chest drawing forward through the shoulders. And then we'll exhale, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back into our first downward dog. And if it is the morning time for you, then you're welcome to step the feet a little wider here. Big toes staying on the mat, all the other toes drifting off the edge of the mat. And that might just give you a little bit more space now to reach the tops of the thighs and the sitting bones up and back. And you might bicycle through the legs or sway the hips side to side. Such a beautiful way to greet the body in the morning with this gentle movement and breath, meditative movement really. That's what I love yogasana, yoga practice to be all about. And if the feet are wide, then we'll step the feet back, hip width distance. And let us go ahead and step our right foot outside our right hand. So you're welcome to lower the knees first to step the foot forward and wide. And we'll come into a lizard lunge, lowering the back knee to the mat here. So the right toes can be turned a little bit out to the right, about 45 degrees. Hips shifting gently forward and down. We'll take a few little variations today here. So now we'll start to walk the hands 45 degrees to the left, away from your front leg. You might stay here or come down onto the left forearm and then reach the right arm, the right fingertips on the floor on this diagonal, gently reaching forward and away to the left, beyond the left front corner of your yoga mat. And then we'll come back up onto the hands and walk the hands back into center under the shoulders. And let's turn to the right hand to right thigh. Lovely little twist here. Or reaching right fingertips back towards the back of the mat. Or picking up the back foot, taking hold of the foot and pressing the foot into the hand here. And then we'll let that go. Both hands back on the mat again, back underneath the shoulders. And before we come back into downward facing dog, let's come down onto the left forearm again. And if that's not possible this morning, maybe you're just feeling a little stiffer, you can stay up on both hands. And from here, we'll curl the back toes under and lift the back knee up. We'll just take a breath or two. And if you're down on the left forearm, come back up onto the left hand and we'll step together back to downward dog. And if downward dog feels a little much for you this morning, then you're welcome to take a child's pose here. Or maybe you lower the knees to the mat. Take a lovely giant step with the hands forward and mount the heart and the chest down towards the mat in a half downward dog. Sometimes this is called melting heart pose. So whatever you've chosen, enjoying one more breath, emphasizing the inhalation to bring that fresh air into the body, flushing through the body, cleansing the body with the breath. And on your next exhale, we'll meet again. Second side, left foot forward and wide outside the left hand. Arriving in your lizard lunge on the side. And then we'll do the same. Walking the hands 45 degrees to the right, away from the front foot. And then you might stay here or come onto the right forearm and start to reach the left fingertips away from you on the floor, diagonally forward and away beyond the front right corner of your mat. And I like to create a little tent or a dome with my hand here, coming up onto the fingertips, doming the palm of my left hand away from the mat, breathing into the left side body. We'll come back up onto the hands, back to center, hands under shoulders, hips melting forward and down, and turning to the left hand to thigh, left fingertips reaching back, or picking up the back foot and binding the left hand with the foot. Just another breath or two. We'll release the foot, come back to center, and now you can stay on both hands or come down onto the right forearm, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee away from the mat. Strong legs here, back thigh lifting upwards, away from earth towards sky, and then we'll come up onto the right hand and step back to downward dog. Choosing downward dog or any other alternative that feels like a beautiful, nourishing way for you to awaken your body temple. So we'll do some gentle salutations from down dog today. Just one on each side, I think will be sufficient. So as we inhale, let's raise the right leg into a three-legged dog. And exhale, right foot steps forward between the hands, left knee lowers to the mat. Inhale to reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands to mat. Step the back foot forward and fold into Uttanasana at the top of the mat. Inhale, hands to shins. Lift the chest and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. We'll rise to stand. Inhale, rise up. Reaching the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Bend the knees, sit the hips back and down. Chair pose. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to release and fold forward. Halfway, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right foot steps back and right knee lowers to the mat. Inhale, reaching our arms up again, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down and step back to downward dog with me first. Inhale from down dog to plank, or you might modify knees to the mat. Then exhale, hips to heels for a moment, child's pose. You might choose to stay here or inhale, rise from child's pose to all fours. And exhale. Let's shift the hips gently forward and down into a soft, relaxed, lazy upward dog. Stay here for the in-breath, drawing the heart forward through your shoulders. And exhale, we'll release, press back through all fours, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And if you're in child's pose, gently making your way back to a downward dog. And we'll just do that together on the second side. Inhale, raise the left leg now, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee draws in towards the chest to step through and lower the back knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach the arm. Exhale, hands down, step the back foot forward and we fold. Inhale, halfway, lift the chest, crown of head reaches forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press the feet down to rise to stand. Maybe there's a little back bend here at the top, lifting the chest, leaning back. Exhale, hands down to heart center. One more chair pose. Inhale, bend the knees, hips back and down, reach the arms. Exhale, release, and fold over the legs. Another halfway lift. Inhale, lift the chest, shoulders high to the hips. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee lowering to the mat. Inhale, inhaling to reach the arms. Exhale, hands to earth again, stepping back, downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale, we'll rock forward to plank pose again. Exhale, knees to mat, hips to heels, child's pose. Staying here, or inhale, rising to all fours. And as you exhale, shift the weight forward over the hands, lower the front of the pelvis forward and down, chest forward. Gaze can be slightly lifted. Inhaling here in our relaxed upward facing dog. And exhaling back to one more downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here. And on your next exhalation, we'll lower the knees to the mat and we're going to meet together once again seated. So you might use your blanket or your towel again or sit on your cushion. And we'll come into Sukhasana, easy cross-legged pose. Sukhasana is different to Siddhasana with the ankles crossed. In Sukhasana, we want the feet to come out a little further away from the hips. We'll have our right foot and right leg in front to begin. And then we can wiggle the feet towards opposite knees, away from one another towards opposite knees. So right foot comes across in front of left knee and left foot across under right knee. And this gives us a nice little opener for the outer hips, which is definitely probably needed in the morning time. So once you're in your Sukhasana, we're now going to turn the torso 45 degrees to the left. So now the heart is facing over our left knee. And we'll stay here. So we're not turning all the way to the left, we're just gone 45 degrees. And we're going to fold forward on this diagonal. Bowing over the left knee, reaching the arms forward, letting the head drop. Breathing into the outer hips and the lower back, in particular, the right side of your lower back. And we'll gently walk the hands in, coming back upright. And now we'll take a side bend out to the right. Lovely generous step of the right hand to the right. So we reach the left arm up and over. You might bend the elbow here, the left elbow, and cradle the right side of the head with your hand. And then we'll re-reach the arm and come gently all the way back up. And we'll take another seated twist, turning to the left, right hand to left knee, left hand. Just resting behind you, supporting the spine. Lengthening up out of the lower back as we turn. On your next exhale, we'll release and come back to center. And we'll switch sides. Bring the left shin in front. So in Sukhasana, if you look down at your shins, the center of the shins are crossing. And for those of us that have a lot of mobility in the outer hips, you're welcome to stack the shins instead. So the left foot's coming all the way across on top of the right knee. Not halfway, but really all the way across. But you can see with me, for example, my left knee's floating quite a long way away from my right foot. So that's a little much for me, actually. So I come back to having the foot in front instead. So, of course, your choice. And let's take that little 45-degree turn to the right. And we'll fold forward on this diagonal over our right knee. This little diagonal forward fold is just a lovely way to get into the outer hip and the lower back, the side waist. Just really looking to bring a blossoming open and an awakening into all of the body for you this morning or today. We'll gently walk the hands in, gently come upright. Generous step of the left hand to the left. So feel free not to be so boxed in here. You can really step that hand out as you reach up and over. Cradling the head with the top arm if you choose, letting the weight of the head really just rest into the hand. And we'll release the top arm, come back up to center and turn to the right. Left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Waiting for the next exhale to come back to center. Take a moment just feeling the stem of the spine lengthening up away from earth, out of the pelvis, upwards, undulating upwards in its natural curves to sky. And we'll finish with 3 deep breaths. Inhale, arms reaching wide and upwards. Exhale, palms draw together, hands to heart. 2 more, breathing in, bringing all of that lovely fresh air into the body. Breathing out. Last one, inhale, invigorating inhale, and exhale, grounding, settling, arriving. Thank you, beautiful ones, for sharing your practice. I hope that tuned your body mind instrument just enough for you to step out into the rest of your day feeling well, feeling nourished. Please like or subscribe. That all those little things just encourage me to keep offering these practices for you with love. Sending you all my love. Looking forward to practicing with you next time.